Welcome back, Scrunchy Moms Club.
Hello. It is a gloomy day here in Central Florida.
Oh my gosh, it is cold and gloomy, and I just like it's weird. I don't like this.
Yeah,
Not
well,
with children anyway.
yeah, I feel like Florida is known for like the sunshine, and people forget, like, no, it's like rainy a lot of the time. Usually not that like in February. It's a weird, gloomy
And usually
February.
not all day. Like usually it's like
Oh,
afternoon showers and then you're good, but no, this is like an all-day affair.
yeah, and of
We were
course, we
you
plan
and
to
I
go to
were yeah.
SeaWorld.
We had plans and of course God said, "Haha, bitches."
And
So,
SeaWorld, if you don't know, it's like all outdoors. So it's like
yeah.
when it's rainy. But so we're recording during the day, which like never happens virtually. It's always when the kids are in bed. But we just got back from our trip, which I'll get into. And Taylor already had today off, and he was going to go into work. But like after the hell of the trip, which we'll get into, I was like, no, 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 keep today off. Like I need help. I need to
Yeah.
recover. Plus, I was like, we can record. So he took the kids out of the house. We had big plans, like take them to the park while I was recording, but obviously the rain. So I don't know. This is like a little what I do, our tip. Like one of our I know you're like rainy day activity, like going to the science center. That's kind of far for us. But
Mhm.
our rainy day thing is going to the pet store. Like our
It's
kids,
so cute.
yeah, if you're like looking for a free thing to just like have your crazy feral toddlers run around, like going to the pet store in the middle of the day, middle of the week, like it's gonna be dead there. I usually let them run around. Taylor's a little more strict about letting them have free reign, but like I literally let Geo just run. And yeah, there's like animals. They love the pet store. And then like you know what their favorite is, the aisle with the dog toys, because they look like baby toys and they just like
That's so
squeak them.
funny.
Anyway, so if you have nothing to do and you have toddlers, like go to the pet store. It's a
That's
good
a great
time.
tip.
Yeah, so they're out of the house, so I could record this in peace and catch up. It's gonna be a catch up episode because I feel like there's a lot to
We
be.
well, you guys don't know it, but we haven't recorded in like almost 2 weeks because yeah, Savannah went away and then we
It
stacked a
sounded
few
like I
episodes.
went to prison. She went away.
She went away. She got locked up. Don't let me out. Oh my God.
Honestly, that probably would have been more relaxing. You
Memories.
mean I get to eat in peace and like pee in peace? I mean, I guess you're not in peace.
No,
You're
you
like,
don't pee in peace, I don't
yeah.
think. But but yeah, no, we haven't caught up. Yeah, it's been a couple weeks for us at least. And yeah, we want to hear about Savannah's trip. I'm sure everyone's dying to hear how I'm doing because that's really what this show is about at the end of the day.
You hold the
And
show on your back.
thank you for actually saying it finally.
Yeah.
And well, this episode's a little bit about you. Like you should feel so grateful that I'm like giving
I'm
you the floor.
I'm feel so grateful and honored to have this platform. It might be the only time I ever have one. So, but I also hate having it all about me. That's why I think you and I like mesh well together, because you love attention and I hate attention. So
Well,
like,
I love attention. It's different. I don't like a lot of I like this kind of attention,
yeah.
meaning like I like having my own platform, but like my wedding was weird and like all of that. You know what I mean? Like that was too much for me.
Yeah, I
So,
feel like
don't get it twisted.
when you're with your girlfriends, you like to like you're the one who not controls the conversation, but you lead the conversation. Just like we're at dinner, you lead the let's get these apps. Like, and we love that about you. And I'm always in the back. Like, I don't like being a leader. Like, I even on like group projects, like I don't like being a leader.
It's the Aries in me. Aries are like born leaders and that's just like in my blood. Like literally since I was like little,
Yeah.
a teenager, I was always like the lead in everything, you know.
Like the lead in Wicked when you sang it for your
That and yeah, I always got the solos. I always I don't know.
Do you see how this slowly is turning about you?
Yeah, look at me go. Anyway,
It's a
so
talent. It's honestly a talent that you can make everything relate back to you somehow. Truly a talent.
yeah, but I'm actually like the best, most compassionate person on the planet
You
too. So don't get
are.
yeah,
That's
so
like
don't get it twisted.
no, that's what's crazy. It's like we joke about that, but no, you like really are so
Like I
selfless. Like,
like if you need to talk about something, I will sit down, shut up, and
oh yeah.
let
No,
you have the
you're
floor
really
like
good
you
with
will
it.
today a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. But
Yeah.
before that, even with
Okay.
the craziness of my trip, like there were a lot of things that came out on television that I just need to talk about real quick.
Okay.
Uh, Even on the plane, where for the little time I did get to watch, I'm caught up on Love is Blind, the new Love is
Me
Blind.
too.
Okay, it's kind of a snooze fest.
Kind of a snooze fest. I think the next batch of episodes are hopefully going to be like a little more drama-y because that's when like they all see each other for the first like they go out to the bar and they all see each other,
Yeah,
you
I
know?
think 6 episodes of the pods was
That was
crazy.
crazy.
We don't need that. Like, I fast forwarded so much. Like, we don't need that. Like, yes, it's great they talk about like what are your political views, what are your religion. We don't need to see that. Like, just a little, like we don't need to see every single conversation.
No, 6 was entirely too much and there was not enough of the vacation.
Yeah, like that's where it gets interesting. That's where it gets fun. Like, we really need like 2 episodes of the pods. That's it. Like, okay, yeah. So too much episodes of the pods. That's my one critique. Second, like the boys all look the same. I cannot
No,
distinguish
copy
them.
paste.
I'm so glad that that's not a hot take of mine. Like on the internet, everyone feels that way.
Everyone's saying that.
And I don't know if that's like, so if you're from Minnesota, like please let us know. Is that what it looks like?
Like
Because it's,
dirty blonde white guys. Yeah, it just
yeah.
seems to be the
So they're
the
really hard to
thing.
distinguish. I hate Dave with a passion.
Hate, hate.
Hate. He is that toxic.
I hated him from the second I saw him.
He is that toxic male that's so controlling. Like the fact he's mad that she had like met someone on Tinder and went on one date 2 months ago. That's insane. He's looking for ways to, like, you could tell he was disappointed from the get go and he's looking for outs. But he is so crazy the things he'll say in front of her face. Like,
No,
I
he's
hear what you're
really
saying. I
crazy.
don't believe you. And like the sister sounds crazy. Anyway, hate Dave.
That and like he doesn't trust her, so there's no relationship. Next.
No, they're 100% they're not gonna get together. I think the basketball guy, like I think they'll get married, maybe.
Hopefully. Yeah, maybe.
Um, the one where she thought saw him on Instagram, the short king. I like him. I think he's really insecure about his height because he mentions it a lot.
Yeah.
But I like them. I think they'll get married.
I think they're cute. I think she kind of overreacted a little bit, but
Yeah, but the thing is she's real. Like she was like, "Yeah, I'm toxic. I'm great." Like I like her. I think she's down to earth. Like she
yeah,
realizes
yeah.
like, "Yeah, I'm a psycho." And then the quirky weird couple, like they're weird, but like they might
No, I'm
mesh.
so down for them.
Okay, but that sister's crazy. Is that a sister thing? Like she was crazy.
I mean, you know,
No,
me
but
and
I'm
my sister.
wondering, like, is that a sister thing to be like, you can't get married first. I need to get married first. Like that
Um,
was weird.
so yes, not with my sister obviously got married before me, but when Sam has 5 brothers and Sam is the oldest brother. And Sam took forever to propose to me, but that's a whole other story. But his younger brother David wanted to propose to his girlfriend after 2 years, and we had been together like 5 years. And David was like, "Okay, like I think I'm going to do it in like I cuz I didn't know when Sam was going to do it, but David was like, "Yeah, I'm doing it in April or something like that." I was like, "The hell you're not. Wait your turn. Wait your motherfucking turn." And we
Okay,
ended
so
up getting married in the same year and it was fine, but like no, Sam proposed first. So
maybe
maybe
it's a
I'm
thing.
toxic and crazy, but like, no, she's a little crazy with that whole like I was supposed to get married first. Like, well, then do it. Like,
Yeah. I don't know. The sister seemed a little
yeah,
too much for me. Anyway, but that's all my hot takes on Love Line. It's good. I'm just gonna keep watching it. I think, like you said, it's gonna get better.
I'm gonna keep watching it. I mean, I'm already this
But it's
invested.
definitely not like the Jess season. That season, the Charlotte, I think
Oh
it
my
was
god,
Charlotte.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's not that. I already know. It's just gonna be a Bliss season. It's gonna blend in with the others.
Well,
But
I couldn't even watch last season. I watched one episode and I was like, nah, I'm good.
it was
And
not good. Nobody
I'm
was
very
memorable.
happy that I didn't. Yeah, I know because Love Is Blind is one of my favorite reality shows. Like, I think it is one of the best ones, but yeah, these seasons have been lackluster.
Yeah, I think like the first couple seasons when it was so pure and people really
Right.
were there for the experiment, it was so much better. Like season 1, I will never like
So
forget that.
good.
Lauren and Cameron, they're the best. I think Nick Lachey
Sam
and his wife need to get the boot.
right.
I don't like them as hosts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it needs like a revamp, like a what is it called, a rebrand. I don't know, but I do love
Mhm.
it, and I'm always gonna watch it.
Yeah. No, for sure.
And I think Love is Blind UK is coming out soon, season 2. So I will watch that.
Oh, I didn't know that. That will be good,
Yeah.
hopefully. Yeah.
So that's wait, what else? Yeah, that's my kind of reality. I just want to.
She wrote
Oh,
things down.
yeah, I did write things down. Well, because my mind and I'm sick, as you can hear, which I'll get into. But I was gonna ask you, oh, did you start White Lotus? Because that's on my so the thing about me is I can't watch multiple things at once. Like, so I'm like, let me finish Love is Blind and then I'll do White Lotus. But you
I watched the first episode. I didn't watch this past yesterday's.
I've heard it's good. Oh, it's only coming out one episode at a time.
Yes.
Oh, see,
That's why part of me kind of just wants to wait, but like
I don't
because
like
I
that.
like binging.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, that's what I'm doing with Severance because I watched the first episode of Severance and I was like, no, I can't wait a whole week.
Okay, wait. So Severance, I've been telling Taylor, like, I think we need to watch this.
You do. It's very like
It's my
you
vibe, right?
all phones away.
Mhm.
You have to focus.
Well, see,
It,
that was my one thing of why I didn't want to watch it because I was like, this looks confusing.
but I swear it's a great like even Sam and I love it so much. Like you should.
Yeah, no, that's, I think, but again, we can only watch like one thing at a time. We don't
Yeah.
really get a lot of time, but that's on our list to watch from
Yeah,
season
for
1.
sure.
Okay.
So that's a good reality or TV recap.
Yeah. Anything going on with you? How was your week? Were you just so depressed not hearing from me? You definitely gave me my space. Actually, you were a little rude about it because I would try to vent. And so, like, she gave me my space, which I was like, wow, so nice that she's like not bothering me. But then, like,
I didn't know that I was a bother.
no, but like not texting me. She's like, oh, she's really giving my space, but like, I kind of miss her. So I would like text or message her because at one point, like, the trip, as I will get into, was like kind of crazy. So I was texting her. She's like, stop talking to me. We'll discuss it on the podcast. And I was like, wow. And even Griselli in our group chat was like, that was kind of mean. Like, she's trying to vent, and you're like, shut up.
I'm like, that's nice, but shut up. Like, love you. Hope you're having a great trip, but no, don't talk to me.
Yeah, you're like, I'm sorry, that sounds horrible, but like, shut up.
No, I really did miss you. And it has been like a weird week, like without your, without you.
Yeah. Well,
And
I'm back.
I'm so glad you're back. And I just wanted to save it for the podcast because we are content creators here and I wanted to hear it here first so I get the reaction here first. So I'm not just like, I know, like
Yeah.
I wanted the proper catch up here. So there are reasons there's a method to my madness.
I mean,
so.
I know that. It just in the moment.
I know, but I
little...
do apologize if like you felt dismissed in that moment, but it's really not.
Wasn't the first, won't be the last, but it's fine.
No, I really did miss you though, and I'm glad you're back. And I'm glad that we can like plan things with the kids. I know my next couple of weeks are weird because I'm going out of town this Friday by myself, which I mean, it's not like I'm going to see my mom for like 36 hours, so it's not like anything crazy. And with my sister, no kids. And then we come back and then I have the next weekend free, but then the weekend after I'm in Asheville for Sam's brother's wedding. So so like the
wedding.
So the next couple of because I don't know if the OG listeners know that we were supposed to do Asheville in October. We ended up not because the Hurricane Helene came and gosh, so crazy. But no, now this rescheduled wedding is in March. So so I have a busy couple of weeks in that regard. It will be nice to actually both of those trips I'm not traveling with Jonah. So like,
oh, is he going to stay with your sister?
He is. He's going to stay with it. Well, because it's a no kid wedding, whatever. But so yeah, he's going to stay with her. And actually she's like so excited and I'm excited for them to like have some memories, have some fun,
And this is like a perfect time because, Xander is how many months old? Like, she can kind of
he's 3 months old.
It was supposed to be, she was going to be like almost due, right?
Yeah, like very, very pregnant. Yeah.
So now she can like enjoy it and
and Jonah could be around the baby,
and get some good practice in there.
Some practice.
Poor Xander is the test subject.
Oh my God, it was so funny when we went to Disney with them a couple weeks ago and Jonah was like picking his nose He was touching the soft spot on his head, like
Oh,
touching his toes. Like it was really
all
cute.
the
Like he,
sensory things of a
yeah,
newborn. Yeah.
yeah. He was like trying, like he's like, what is this soft spot? And we all were just like, gentle,
It's
gentle,
like
gentle.
a bop it, twist it.
I know.
I
So
love
I know,
it.
yeah, all the sensory things for him. But yeah, a quick catch up with me. Yeah, so I have a crazy next couple of weeks, but they're just like quick weekend trips, nothing crazy. And then I what did I do? Oh, Friday I had like a nice girls dinner with a couple of girlfriends, and that was nice cuz I actually like dressed up. I like put on eyebrows, I did my face. I Speaking of my face, I've really like this last week I've really had a journey with my face. Like
You're just
it,
like now experiencing what every other girl in the world experiences because you just never have. You've been so blessed to have beautiful skin your whole life, and
I
this
know.
is
And if
really
you're
hard
watching on
for you.
YouTube, I put concealer, so I tried my best, but I'm also trying not to put so much makeup on it either.
Yeah, that makes it
But
worse.
I got a facial last week with my friend Chloe cuz she's an esthetician, and she did wonders. She really did. And she gave me some products, and like I definitely look better than I did, but let me tell you, this time last week I was like literally like, I'm so ugly. And I'm a confident person, you know, and I think I'm gorgeous. So like
You are.
when I don't think I'm gorgeous, it's really a problem. So yeah, no, I had a really rough like confidence like type of week.
And are you a
You-
picker? Like when you have
of
pimples, are you a
course.
picker? Oh,
But
see, you have.
I'm also but I also look for them too. I sit there in the mirror and I'm like, "Ooh, what's next?" or "What can I,"
Yeah,
you
you
know?
have
And
to
it's not
not
good.
touch them. You can't touch
No,
them.
so for the last like almost week, I haven't been touching them, and let me tell you, like they're onto something when they say that. And I know I really need to like start listening to people. I think that's like
And I don't know if they're pregnancy safe, and this is not an ad, but like pimple patches, I love
no, they
those.
are, they
Oh,
are.
good.
They've
So
become. They
you've been
used to
using
not
them?
be.
Okay.
Yes, I ran out. I need to go get more, but yes, because I've
I
been
love
using them like
those.
seriously every second. Yeah, so I got a facial with her, and she gave me some products, and let me tell you, like I do look a lot better. It's just, you know, it's gonna be
Well, and
up and
also when
down
you're
with
pregnant, there's a lot of skincare products you can't use. Like,
right.
what is
Yeah,
it?
and
Salicylic
she's very aware.
acid. Yeah, but I'm saying like things you would use to treat said skin things, like you can't use them when you're pregnant. It's all very
Yeah.
natural. So it's definitely a you know.
And there's just nothing you can do because like it's like every day I get a new pimple. Like it's crazy. So yeah, so just kind of on that journey a little bit. And I don't know what they say, like with, you know, it's the second trimester, you're supposed to feel so great. They're lying. They're lying. I don't feel great.
Yeah.
Like I still don't feel great. And it's just that I'm still so tired. I took a nice nap this morning, but yeah. Um Still tired, still pimply. That's really like my two biggest. I get like little weird cramps here and there.
Well, you had
I don't have
said I'm gonna call you out because you called me out an episode ago. You've been constipated. That's
oh my
been
god, so constipated. And I'm getting the effects of that, let's just say. That's all I need to say
you've
about it.
been practicing giving birth.
Oh my god, it's really been so terrible. And I wasn't constipated up until like this week. So, I don't know what happened. Never mind. Yeah, so it's fine. I'm just yeah, like I said, I'm still just like blah and like very brain fog and um but like we okay, yeah, Friday I had a girls' night. Saturday, what did we do Saturday? Well, I know he took
The
Jonah out.
trampoline. Mhm.
Yeah, but then did we do something? I really don't remember. But Sunday we had like lunch with a friend, and Jonah came with us, and then we went to the park after, and it was like a lovely. Yeah, yeah. It's so funny. Yesterday was like the most lovely, sunny, 75, and like a light breeze, like gorgeous day, and then today it's like 50 and rainy, like at the fucking Florida. But yeah,
Mhm.
so really, yeah, nice little times there. That's pretty much it. Like I'm not doing much. Like I said, the next couple of weeks will be like a lot more
Yeah.
busier. So
Okay.
we'll see.
Okay.
And now I want to hear about you and your trip, like what
Mm.
everyone's been talking
Mm-mm-mm.
about, the words on everybody's lips.
Well, I'm here. I survived. Where do I even begin?
Let's start with the flights.
Yeah, I will say the trip in general, from the flight there to the trip to the flight back, is just roller coaster is the best way I could describe it. Like there were great times, there were high highs, and then there were low lows. Like with any, I think any trip with toddlers, for new listeners, I have a 3-year old and a 1-year old. So, and this was the 1-year old's first sort of leaving the state, going on an airplane, like first travel experience with him. My 3-year old, I wasn't really ever worried about the traveling, the getting there, because the thing about it is like, I feel like Geo now, the 3-year old, his attention span is pretty good to where like I knew I could sit him on the airplane with a tablet if I needed to, and he would just watch a movie. Like it was a going there. It was like we did a direct flight, so it was a 4.5 hour flight. I think there's good and bad to direct flights and
Mhm.
layovers with children, and we went the
I
direct
agree.
flight way for both trips. I mean, like going there, going back. Do I regret the direct flight? No, I like just getting there, but it was for my 1-year old, the 4.5 hours. So I was always nervous about him. He's 17 months. The thing is, he's such a good baby. He's so, like, he doesn't give me any behavioral issues, but he's not a big screen time person. Like things can't really he loves being out. He loves walking, exploring. Like that's what I love about that age. But when you have to sit in like a, 2 foot by 3 foot little cubicle and you can't move for 4.5 hours, like that to him, like does not compute. So like I already knew it's gonna be stressful. Going there, the flight wasn't horrible. It was so we did it two different ways on the flight there. On the flight there, we did two and two. So like I
Oh,
sat with
okay.
the toddler. I also got Julian. He technically doesn't need to have his own seat because he's under 2. I think once you hit 2, you have to get, like, they can
Yes.
be a lap child under 2. But I just knew he's big, and I just knew that for 4.5 hours, if it was like a 2 hour flight, sure. 4.5 hours, like he needed his own space. So we spent the money to get him his own seat. So basically, going there, it was me next to him, and then in the row back, it was Taylor next to Geo. I already Taylor the easy job, like Geo, just give him a tablet, he's fine.
Yeah.
Um, so I did. It's so funny because when we think back to the first, we did like a whole travel episode if you want to listen to it. But, like, when I did that travel episode, like, I was speaking as a mother of one. Like, I've just been humbled. So, like, please take what I say then with a grain of salt because I have different opinions now. But
And that's okay. We all grow and
yeah.
evolve, you know?
So basically, I did all the things that I said to do last episode. So I packed. I spent so much time before we left researching like new novel toys, new novel things.
Mhm.
Like, of course, I brought the tablet with like videos and things, but I was like, that's the last resort. Like, we're going to go do toys. I brought like shape sorters. I brought activity books. I brought busy books. I mean, anything, electronic toys, anything. And then I was like, okay. And then like the last hour of the flight, I'll give him a movie. Okay. So mistake number one.
So she had all these plans
All these plans. Oh my
and then what
gosh.
happened?
Out the
Give us the
window.
reality.
So we literally sat down. As you guys know, once you sit down for your flight, like you don't actually take air for like 30 more minutes. And we sat down. He didn't give a shit about any of the toys I brought. He went through those within the first 5 minutes. We hadn't even taken off yet. And he was
Oh
like,
my god.
don't care. Like, did not care. So we hadn't even taken off yet. And like, all I have left is the tablet. And I was like, no, that was like my last resort backup. Um, so like that was rough. So yeah, basically I gave him the tablet a lot sooner than I had planned. And it's not because I have anything wrong with giving him screen time, as we say. We're big proponents of screen time. I just know his attention span. He's not going to sit there for 4 hours watching screen like Geo will. He won't. He'll get bored. So that's why I was trying to wait. I probably lasted like a good hour trying to circle through the toys. Oh, I brought books, but he just like did not give a shit. Oh, snacks. I literally like those TikTok videos you see of the smorgasbord of snacks. Like I brought
Mhm.
all that. Did not give a shit. Anyway, ended up giving him the tablet. he would watch it for a little bit, get bored, like want to get up, walk around. I'd have Taylor take him to the bathroom. So it was like rough, but like doable. Like he'd
Right.
whine, we'd redirect. He'd whine, we'd redirect. Like, was I sweating? Yes, but like doable. That was okay. The flight back was another story, but we'll get there.
Mm.
So then we land, and that was rough too. So from Arizona and Florida, right now there's a 2-hour time change, which doesn't seem like a lot, but
No, it
for
is.
kids on like a strict bedtime, and we flew. It was like a night afternoon flight, so we napped them at the house, and then our flight was at like 6 p.m. So we landed in Arizona at like 8:30, 9 p.m. Arizona time, but it was like 11, 12 at night our time. So they were tired, cranky, like it was rough. Julian immediately fell asleep like as we landed, like we put him in the stroller. We gate checked the stroller, which also I stand by. I said that in the last episode.
Yeah.
Definitely gate check a stroller. He fell asleep immediately. Then we made it to the hotel. They were just like cranky at that point, overtired, whatever, new place, whatever. I would say the first half of the trip was great. Honestly, so great. So many memories, had so
You
much
stayed
family
for
time.
you stayed for a week, right?
Yeah, it was like 8
Okay.
days, but yeah, a
Okay.
solid week. The first half of the trip was great. So many memories, so much family time, so much cousin time. He spent a lot of time with my brother and sister-in-law's kids. They're twins. They're 9 months. They're actually 9 months older than Julian and 9 months younger than Gio, so they all like fit
Right in
together.
the middle.
Yeah, no, they're great, and they're all that fun age where like they can interact together, and so
So
it was
cute.
honestly so great. It took so many pictures, so many memories. They like love each other. And then we went and saw Taylor's family also lives in Arizona, like a lot of his extended family and his cousins. So then we spent a day there, and also Gio had so much. Gio's such, as I say, such a social butterfly. He loves people. He loves kids. So much family time. Then the second half of the trip was a little rougher because we got sick, which I feel like I just
Dun,
say all the
dun,
time.
dun.
Yeah, we got sick. I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, I'm not, we traveled, we were on airplanes, we were doing things. Like, I knew it was bound to happen. It's that time of year. I guess, like, sickness is at an all time high, which I say every year. Like,
Well, I'm also
flu.
hearing that like the airplane itself lately has been just like a cesspool,
Mhm.
which to turn around on me for a second, that when I go on the airplane this far, I'm wearing a mask. Like I
Yeah.
just don't want to risk anything.
Yeah. I would wear a mask and like glasses, like just to protect every
Oh.
opening from getting in your. Anyway,
Okay, I don't know about my eyes. I'm not that much of a freak, but
you're
go
not a
ahead.
germaphobe at all. Even a mask. I'm like, to be honest, because we had kids during like COVID time, wearing a mask when I was pregnant, like I couldn't breathe already. So like
Okay, don't put that on my head though, because I already like kind of know that, but like I
I'm just
have to,
saying, like I could
I
not
need to
breathe.
do it. I need
I
to do
remember
it.
when I was in the hospital, like pushing, they were gonna have me wear a mask, and I was like, I cannot breathe. Like
Oh
I'm
hell
so
no.
sorry, I
I
can't. And the
Yeah.
nurse was like, I mean, they're not gonna make you wear it. And I was like, good, because I will die. Like that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, the second of the half of the trip, we got sick, which it happens. We're traveling, we're doing things, whatever. Taylor actually got sick, which he never gets sick. Like I've always said, how he's not one of those men who subscribe to the man cold, out for the count. Um, he did this time. He left me hanging a little. He like
Mm.
I mean, he was really sick. Like he could barely talk, fever, and he was just like, and I just that was another reason why I wanted to talk to you, because no one was reinforcing how flexible this trip. Just like I was so flexible, like with the time changes, the naps. The naps were like non-existent, or like 4 hours late, or 30 minutes. Like I was so flexible, and like
That's so good, and you have to be.
nobody was praising me. So we had all these plans for the second half of the trip, because the second half we actually went to like where I was born and raised, like in Tucson, Arizona. So I had so much things I wanted to take Gio and Julian to, like where I grew up, what I grew up doing, going to the mountain, all that stuff. But then they got sick. So Taylor and Julian got like the most sick. Gio was functional and I was functional. But I just had to be flexible. So we spent a lot of days just at home. I was so proud because like the first half of the trip we had zero screen. We just saw zero screens just because we were so busy and family time. Like, why do
Right.
you need a screen? But then the second half, like we got sick. So like we were stuck at home for a little bit. Yeah, so like I said, I was just flexible. We, canceled a lot of things, but we still had family time and we did what we could, and it happens. My goal was just like getting them good enough to fly home because I was like, I can't imagine having them like so sick on the flight back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like that's about it as far as the trip goes. Like I said, there were so many good moments. I'm so like I had such good times, so many good memories. Um, Actually, my sister-in-law gifted Gio for his birthday like a Polaroid camera. Like those.
Oh, so
Yeah,
cute.
and Gio loves it. So he took a lot of those photos, and like now I ordered stuff for like to make like a scrapbook. So I'm gonna have him do like scrapbook of memories and like keep that going. So like that was so fun, and yeah, it was a great time. Like I said, then we got sick, and it happens. We pivoted, and we are flexible, and it
So
happens.
cute.
Yeah. Let's see. I did write down. Okay. Yeah. So
Oh my god.
the plane ride back.
Oh, okay. Yes, yes.
Yeah. So basically, at this point, they were like 5, 6 days into their sickness. So they weren't like contagious anymore, but they still were feeling like the sniffly, the cough. Like they weren't feeling themselves.
And also putting a sick kid on an airplane really sucks. Like
It
just
sucks.
in
Like no one
general.
wants to do it. I don't want to do it. Like we have to get home somehow. And
Because
obviously,
being in the air elevated, your ears, you know what I mean? Like it just
which
like adds to it.
yeah, I will get into that. Yeah.
Oh, yes,
So
ma'am.
um yeah, so basically it is what it is. So like I said, the flight there, we went after nap at night. I feel like that was better. This time the only flight there that was a direct flight, it was during nap time. So it was like 9 a.m. and then we arrived in Orlando at like 4 p.m. So I was like, okay, like they've skipped naps before. Like they'll probably skip it. My kids are not the kids that will just nap anywhere, especially like they won't just sleep in my arms. They've never been that kid. They just won't. So I just knew they weren't going to sleep on the plane. Um, yeah, do I regret that flight? Yes. Anyway, that choice.
We
Yes.
all have that one flight that we regret the timing. Yes.
Yeah, so I think like every parent has that one flight from hell. Like this was that. Like this was the
Mhm.
flight from hell. We were literally those people on the airplane that people will talk like, oh, that family. There was a kid crying and screaming the whole entire flight. That was that was us.
I know, and it's so, like, annoying, like, the judgment you
Oh
get,
yeah, no, I'll get into
from
that. Yeah.
everybody. Oh, no, did you
Because
yell at some bitches?
kind of yeah. So anyway,
Oh my god,
we'll get into it.
I'm sad, I'm sad.
We didn't yell. I wanted to yell, but anyway, yeah. So it's like a 9 a.m. flight. They're a little coming off the sickness, so whatever. Julian just the whole flight. Like I said, I again brought all the toys, but didn't probably less shits he gave this time than last time. Like, oh, and I did okay, so wait, the start of the hell flight was so we get on the airplane, we're like running to our gate because Gio had a whole tantrum. Gio because okay, the thing about Gio is when he gets sick, like it definitely, as I'm sure with any toddler, it elevates his like threshold to like listen. Basically he
Mhm.
acts out a lot when he's sick. Like whenever he acts out like that, I already know like he's getting sick or maybe he has to go poop, like something internally is happening. So I already knew. Because going there, like the security, everything was so great. He listened so well. No, not this time. So going through security, he ran away from me like in security, and they took my bag. They had to check my bag because I had milk like for the baby in it. So you know
Mm.
how they have to scan it and the
Yeah,
secondary
yeah,
scanner
yeah.
or whatever. So during that, I have to stay with the bag and watch him do it. And like Gio ran away from me. So like we were getting off a tantrum of that because Taylor has like a zero tolerance for running away, which I agree with. So we had to like sit him down and tell him he can't run away, especially not in like a place like this. It's very
Yeah.
dangerous. Anyway, so we like scrambled, ran to our they were boarding. So we ran on the airplane and I go first with Julian. I'm like looking for Taylor. He's not getting on the plane with Gio. I'm like, where are they? Where are they? He finally like I can see him like get on the plane and he mouths to me like, I lost my phone. And I was like, great. So I'm like, what the F do we do? So he like goes and sits Geo down. So on the way back, we did I said we did 2 and 2 on the way there. On the way back, we did 3 and 1. Which
Mhm.
again, would I do that again? No, I wouldn't. So it was Julian, me in the middle, Geo, and then Taylor in his own little, yeah,
Ugh, what a dream.
loving life. Yeah. Never again. Anyway, So he sits Gio with me and he's like, I'm going to go back and try to find my phone. And I was like, you mean you're going to get off the plane? Like we're literally about to take off. He's like, I don't know. And he was like, I need your phone so I can call my phone. And so I
Oh
give him my
my
phone.
God.
He leaves. I don't know where he is. So I'm like, I think he got off the plane. I don't even have a phone. If he leaves and like the plane takes off, like I don't have a phone to tell people I'm by myself. Like my
No, that's
anxiety, that
crazy.
would have been a time I should have took one of your Xanaxes because I was like, what the? So at that point, I was like, you know what? F this. I gave Julian the iPad. I gave Gio the iPad because I was like, I can't attend to you guys right now. I need to figure out where the F my husband is. Um, so they had iPads before we even took off, which,
Fine.
yeah, fine. I'll deal with that problem later. And so, like, I'm waiting for Taylor. I'm waiting for Taylor. He finally comes back, and I was like, did you find it? He's like, no, they wouldn't let me off the plane, but the gate agent went to go look. Literally, as everyone's seatbelted in, they're giving like the demonstration of the seatbelt. Like the gate agent, like bless her, she went and found it. Like he thought he dropped it. When Gio ran away, we like stopped at like some random terminal to like sit down and talk to him, and that's where he left it. Um,
Oh,
and the
wow,
gate
that's
agent literally
amazing.
ran. It was like way far away from our gate and found it and gave it back to him. So like last minute he got his phone back. But like
Wow,
it could have
that
been
is
so bad. Yeah.
yeah,
Um yeah, so that happened. And then so starting off just so great. and then and then we take off and like I said, Julian just like he was sick, he was over it. He would watch TV for like a few minutes and be bored. I'd try to bring out the toys. He was just like on and off crying the entire flight. Also he didn't feel good. I'm sure, all the
yeah,
things. So he was like on and off crying the whole time. And Gio, for the most part, was like pretty much an angel because, like I said, I gave him the tablet. He has like that Amazon tablet you recommended.
yeah,
So
and
I put
there's
a
all
bunch of
the
games on
educational
there.
games. Mhm.
And then for when he was over the games, I put on shows and movies. So he was literally like, I was so blessed. I was like, thank God, like you're just sitting there because I was sweating trying to like, he was just crying on and off. He just like did not want to sit there, which I understand. For the most part, the people around are very considerate. Like I will say there's definitely two types of people on the airplane. So
Mhm.
for the most part around us, they were very nice. They were trying to like play peekaboo Julian, trying to get him happy, even though like
But
bless their
sometimes he's
hearts.
not but sometimes he's not good with strangers,
So
like,
that's
he's
what I'm
like
saying. Like bless their heart,
yeah,
it came from a good place, but it would set him off more because he's like, who is
yeah,
this random person?
yeah, yeah,
But like they were trying to from a good place. So like
yeah,
I'm okay. No, but sitting in front of Geo was this couple. They were like older,
mhm,
and just that old grumpy people that like just I get it, right? Like you've lived your life, you like don't have the capacity for children. Like I get it. But I just feel like if you're going to put yourself in the position of taking public transportation, like if you're going on public transportation, right, and you are going to be annoyed or feel some type of way about a child on that said public transportation, like you're the asshole. I'm sorry, you're the asshole. Like
I
you're not right.
wholeheartedly agree.
Like
Mhm.
I'm so sorry, kids. What do you want to do? Like they have to travel. Like they have, like what are we supposed
And
to
their
do?
frontal lobe are not developed yet, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
and
so
they're
you're gonna
babies.
be
Julian's a baby.
Yeah, like, well, actually, no, it was Geo they were annoyed with. So basically, how Geo is 3 years old, his feet do not touch the floor of the seat. Like they stick
Mm.
out. Like he can't bend his feet, so they stick out. And his feet are exactly probably the length of this of like they were like touching her
Was
seat.
he
And
kicking?
he wasn't kicking. That's the thing. He was not kicking. And so, but every once in a while, he would adjust his like position and he would just like literally the lightest. I would tell you he was kicking. He was not kicking, but he would like adjust himself and lightly like graze the seat in front of him. And she literally would reach her hand and swat his feet because they were in the aisle. I'm not kidding you. At first, I saw her do it, and like I looked at Taylor, and Taylor looked because he was in the aisle
St
next. And
I'm
at
like,
first,
"What?"
you're like, no, 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 it had to have been a coincidence. Like, no way is she swatting at his feet. And then, so like I say, like an hour would go by, like he wasn't kicking the seat,
My
and
mouth is open.
Yeah, no. And like an hour went by and he again readjusted himself and like his foot grazed like
Being a
the
human being. Being
yeah.
a human being. Got it.
Whose
Okay.
feet can't touch the floor. Like, what are you supposed to do? His and anytime I would also put like my water bottle in that, she would also like kind of turn, jerk back. But every time his foot would grace the front of the seat, she would, and I saw her do it again. So the second time she did it, Taylor said something and was like, "Can you not? Like, you need to." I think he said like, "You need to settle down. Like, she's 3 years old."
Or keep
Like,
your hands to yourself, you
he never,
freak.
she never fully made contact with his feet. If she, Taylor said, if she had touched him, he would have like got up, but she was trying to swat at his feet. And so he did say something at one point, was like, you need to settle down. And
He said you
then,
need to settle down?
yeah, he did.
You need to settle down, ma'am.
He was like, settle down. He's 3 years old. Like, he's still learning how to fly. Um,
Obsessed. Okay, continue.
and then, so anyway, I'm juggling with Julie and all that. Then that's happening. And then, like I said, Gio was an angel until, so we were making our descent, right? So we have like 30 more minutes of the flight. And I can tell the ear pressure because my ears
Yeah,
start
that's
popping. And all of
landing is worse than taking off, in my opinion.
well, yeah. So all of a sudden, literally out of nowhere, he's on his tablet, totally fine. And then he just rips off his ears and starts screaming, like, my
Oh,
ear, my ear. He literally goes, I need to see a doctor now.
he's so cute.
Like, is there a doctor on the plane? No, he's like,
That's
I need medicine in my ear. And starts like literally having this huge meltdown and saying,
I
here. And like, there is nothing I can do. So we
I
tried.
know, it's such a shitty
We're like,
sensation.
drink water. I was trying to tell him how to like pop his
Chew.
ears, chew. But the thing is, he wanted that immediate. So he would like take one sip of water, he'd throw it. It's not working. My ear. Oh, we gave him gum. I had gum. We
Oh,
tried
okay.
everything, but the thing was, he wasn't giving it time. He would just like one chew. It's not working. Like, I need a doctor. Like, it was literally. It sounds funny, but like when you're like, he was
No, it's stressful,
screaming.
stressful.
And the thing is, Julian's like octave of his scream, like Gio can scream, like he was
Yeah, yeah.
screaming, and everyone is staring and everyone is looking, especially that old bitch in
Oh my
front.
god.
So that was when he was kicking the seat. He had a full on meltdown. So he was like, and so I was trying to like hold him in a ball, and she looked back, and Taylor gave him a look like, what the f do you want us to do? He's 3 years old and he doesn't know what the ear, like, he doesn't understand. He feels like he's dying because like his ear hurts. So anyway, and then Julian starts popping off, and Gio. So I literally have two screaming children,
Ay
and
vey.
that last 30 minutes felt like 5 hours. Like, I was just, and I was holding, my eyes were welling up, but I was like, I'm not crying here. I'm not like giving everyone the satisfaction. So I was just like doing what I can, like comforting. Julian's like, he's so past sleepy at this point. That's when his tantrum turned into like
Right.
overtired, but refusing to sleep on the airplane. So I just held him while he's crying. Gio finally kind of calmed down, but he was still really upset. And then that older couple, so her husband was there. He had the audacity. When we landed, Gio's like calming down, screaming. He stands up and he tells Taylor, I think it's his ears. I think it's probably his ears that hurt.
I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm
And
dead.
Taylor's like, oh yeah, what gave you that impression? Maybe him screaming, my ear, my ear? Like, what? Like, thank you for that. Helpful. The thing is, like, there's not really anything helpful you can say when like parents are dealing with that. It's just like, just let them be the stares, the looks, the stares. Like I said, I appreciate those women that were like trying to be helpful,
Yeah.
playing like peekaboo. But you don't even have to do that. Like, just say nothing. Don't look. Just like, we live in 2025. Like, you should have noise canceling headphones and just like let us do, you know what I mean? Like, you can't complain about children crying, screaming. It's 2025.
Unless
Put on,
they're like truly gonna be helpful. Cause like
yeah, but like, what can you do to
y-
help? That's what I'm
yeah, there's
saying.
really nothing. But like, yeah. Unless a doctor really came and ran to Geo.
But
He
like,
was
there's
asking
nothing
for
like your ear
I
puffs.
know, I'm
There's
kidding, I'm
literally
kidding.
nothing.
Yeah,
Um,
I know,
I think
and
it's case by case. Like, some, I have seen those TikToks where it's like, this like flight attendant or like the person in front of us like took my child and rocked him to sleep. Like, I just don't have those children. Like, they would be like, get away
yeah,
from me, you stranger. But
or like, "Here's an airplane pin," or I don't know, like some sort of, like,
well,
distraction.
so the security guy, when he ran away from me at security, he did try to give Gio a sticker to calm him down. I was like, first of all, like, let's not reward that behavior with a sticker.
Right.
Second of all, he that's not gonna, get him to
Yeah.
whatever. So anyway, I was that person. We were that family. So they're screaming, crying. We get him off the plane. We gate check the stroller, like I said. And immediately, like within seconds of putting Julian in that stroller, he knocked out. Like that's what it was. He was just so
Yeah.
overtired. And then as soon as he knocked out, we were like walking to the shuttle bus to get our car, and like Taylor knew that I was just, and he felt horrible, and he kept saying multiple times in the on the airplane was like, let me switch with you, let me switch with you. But I was like, my kids are such mommy kid, like that would make it worse. They'd see me there. Like
Yeah.
I just knew in that situation that would make it worse. Like they wouldn't, it'd make it worse. So I was like, I appreciate you, but like I'm stuck here. Um so anyway, we're walking like towards the train, that like monorail type situation at the Orlando
Mhm.
airport.
Mhm.
And he like grabs my hand, and then I just start like, like it all let
Aw.
out. So I started like I put on my sunglasses like Kim Kardashian. I just like started crying. And he's like, yeah, and I didn't want to cry. And he's like, no, like you need to let it out. Like it
No,
was
you had to let it
horrible.
out.
But the thing is, it happens. Oh, and then one lady, he did apologize, which I was not going to apologize, but he did. When we landed, he like looked back, not to that old couple, but to the other
Mhm.
people, like, I'm sorry, guys. And they all were like, you should never apologize for your kids. Like, they're kids. Like, there's nothing to be sorry for. And that kind
Yeah.
of like made me start to cry. But anyway, the moral of this story is like, you can plan everything, you can think, but like, the kids are going to be kids. And actually, one thing that I did say to Taylor, because like I could tell he was getting really frustrated, and I was like, the thing is, like, Julian and Gio, they don't want to act like that. Like, imagine how they're feeling. Obviously, these kids crying and screaming on airplanes, like, do you think they really want to do that and make your life miserable? No. So, like, I have to have empathy. Like, obviously, Julian is feel like he doesn't feel good. Gio, I feel sorry for them. And
And I really do empathize with the whole ear situation because it is even as an adult, it's a sucky feeling. And like you really can't do much about it until you're landed and you're landed for a couple of hours, even. Sometimes it takes a couple of hours for your ears to adjust back to being on land.
yeah.
So yeah. So I
Yeah,
I
I have
get it.
so much more empathy for parents now. Not that I always did, though. I never
I
blame
always
them.
did too, yeah.
But the thing is, like, there's no, so back to our first original travel episode, like all the planning, there's no planning you can do. They're either going to be great or they're going to, and the thing is, you can have like the perfect child. They could have a whole meltdown. You just never know. And
Yeah.
just if you're that passenger, bystander, just give us grace, give us empathy, and just like it's put on your headphones and just ignore it. The thing is, like, all the stares, all the looks, it's just unnecessary. Like, I'm so sorry we're inconveniencing you, but can you at least even imagine how we feel right now? Like, it
Yeah,
is the
literally.
shittiest feeling to have, like, everyone look at you and just know you're the reason that, like, everyone can't
I
enjoy
mean, and I'm
themselves.
sure like other moms can relate, even like out in public, right? When your kids have a tantrum or when, think like something happens like out in public, like it's so, um, yeah, it's so annoying. Like the people who stare and yeah, or like, yeah.
Yeah. So
So damn,
it was that
flat
flight.
from hail.
It literally was the flight from
I've had a
hell.
couple of those, so I get it.
Yeah, you got thrown up on on a flight.
That was one. Yeah, that was one flight from hell, but the other flight from hell was on the way home from Boston. It was just like the timing was terrible. He
Yeah,
was
so
overtired, the same thing, yeah.
yeah, the overtiredness. And like I said, my kids are just not like when they are in a new environment, like they can't just like knock out, go to sleep. Like they'll
Well,
fight
yeah,
it.
Jonah will sleep on me, so that's
But will he fight you for a little while? Or he'll
sometimes yes, sometimes no, it really depends.
That's
Like
the
there was
thing.
that one flight where he completely fought it. Yeah, so it's just,
They're unpredictable. These kids are unpredictable. And yeah, that's my advice. There is no advice is my advice. I don't think it should deter you from going. That's
yeah.
the thing. Like I'm hoping that
Just prepare for the worst.
prepare for the worst. And like I said, like that flight there felt bad, but as soon as we did the flight back, we're like, wow, that flight there was like amazing. So like
Yeah.
you just never
You
know
have
how
to
good you
take
have it.
Yeah, you have to take the little wins of like, okay, like they sat in their chairs and they only screamed for 30 minutes instead of 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like, what a win, yeah.
Yeah. I just like, yeah, it shouldn't deter you from still doing it. I think you should still do it. I hope
And they need the
we
exposure too, you know?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. That was Julian's first flight. He didn't
Of
understand.
course.
I think he does really well in the car because he can have, obviously, he does great in the car seat. So that's like another tip I've heard people say is like they'll put the car seat on the plane. We didn't do that. I don't know if that would help or
I've
not.
never done that, but I don't know. I've heard.
Yeah, I don't know if that would work. I think the reason he does so well in the car is because one, he knows he's going somewhere and he can actually see that we're moving. On an airplane, he doesn't know what's happening. He literally that's the thing. You have to really have empathy and think about these children. Like you're being told to sit for 4 hours. Like no child is well, maybe there are some children, but most children are gonna be like, especially a 17-month
Yeah.
old, no, I'm not doing that.
So maybe
Um,
take that layover next time.
yeah, so we're going on
Stretch the
another
legs. Yeah.
we're going on another family trip in June. So hopefully with a few more months like of attention span built, plus we do have a layover then. I'll report back if it's better. But yeah, I just think at that age, like that's it shouldn't deter you. They're gonna do you can plan everything like I did and none of it matters. So yeah, it happens. We're only human. These kids are gonna kid and it's not their fault. Like I don't hold any resentment or any sort of thing against them. It is what it is. And we survived. And yeah, it sucked, but we can do hard things. And
We can do hard things.
and I did it. And it was hard, but I did it. And they're back
You were so
home.
flexible and
I
you
was
were
so flexible.
and you let out a cry, but that just means that you're human.
Yeah, I think I was holding it back, but Taylor told he's like, just let it out. Like it was hard and you need to let that emotion out. Like you and I'm not it's like I wasn't crying because like I don't know. I was just it was
No,
just
it was a
that built
lot.
up.
You were
Yeah. It
overstimulated.
was like an overstimulation cry of just like, wow, that was really hard. And I just need to like
I'm fucked up right now.
cleanse myself. Yeah.
Yeah. No, for sure. Damn, and that was yesterday, right?
What's today? Monday? It was Saturday. So
Saturday, okay.
yeah, so we had one day where we just like stayed home. Like, God, that's the thing. Now we have to like get them back on schedule. They're still a little on Arizona time, so thank God Taylor has like 2 days off. He likes to like have 1 or 2 days off from the vacation. That's what he
I'm
was
the same
saying.
way.
He was like, I need a vacation from this vacation. Like when you
Yeah,
have
no.
kids, you really do need like a day of reset.
Because you also need to do laundry, you need to,
Yeah,
like, get the house back in order. Yeah, no,
grocery shopping. Yeah,
I also do. I always take at least one day after when I was working. Yeah,
yep,
one
yep,
day
yep.
after vacation
Yes.
to
So I'm so thankful he did that because we've just sort of had these 2 days to reset, get the kids back on schedule, have them fully recovered. They're pretty much fully recovered from being sick now. So yeah, it was a lot. So like I said, roller coaster trip. There were high highs, low lows, but I don't regret going. And we're gonna go on a trip in a few more months. So
There you go.
don't let this deter you from like going with the thing is you, if you've given birth to your child, C-section, vaginal, whatever, like you can do hard things. Like that's what I was trying to think of. Like I remember your sister said that, like I can do anything for a minute, like talking about contractions. Like I did
Mhm.
labor for what 24 hours. Like I can do anything for 4 hours. Like I can survive this flight like for four
Yeah.
hours. Like no one's gonna die. Even though Gio did ask, is there a doctor on board?
So funny.
He's so funny. And just like you said, like randomly we're on the ride home and he's like, my ear, it's better. I don't need a doctor. And I was like, great.
He's so damn cute. My god.
I can't. They were literally so on the ride home, they were just like vibing. I was like, why couldn't this have been like 3 hours ago? But it's fine.
Oh my god. No.
Anyway, yeah, that was it. Don't be that old couple. Like, don't be that old crabby couple. Like, I can't believe she
Mm.
literally was swatting at his feet.
No, that's insanity. That's insanity.
I think
Like,
if she wasn't like
maniacal.
an 85-year-old woman, Taylor would have took her. No, just kidding.
No, that's really crazy.
Yeah.
No, and it's so I mean, I'll tell one story and then just to, we haven't heard my voice in a while.
To make
But
it about you, it's fine.
well, no, they're like to bring it back to like the like one time we were at Cooper's Hawk, which is like it's a nicer restaurant, but it's not like a restaurant that you don't bring your kids. Like people
Oh,
like,
yeah, it's a
you
family
know.
restaurant, I would
And
say.
I think Jonah was like 9 months old, so like a biddy. And he was fussy, he was whiny, and these two girls, not girls, they were like middle-aged women. I guess they were having a girls' lunch together. They
Oh,
requested to be moved away from us. And I don't know, I guess me postpartum being a crazy biatch, like I literally the whole meal, because they were across the restaurant, but I could still see them. They were still in eyesight. I shot them just like death eyes the whole meal. Like they knew I was pissed and they knew I knew what happened. Like, come on, you were sitting enjoying a glass of wine at the table next, like maybe a couple tables over, and then you request to get switched to the other side of the restaurant. Like, come on. And yeah, I was giving them the daggers the whole meal. And then at the end, like I rush out and oh yeah, I think we had all walked out at the same time. I rush out because I'm just like, and then I guess like the women came up to Sam because Sam like looks nicer than me, I guess. And they're like, we're so sorry if we like offended your wife. And he's like, oh, no worries. It was just like weird that yeah, like I guess he like talked to them and I don't know what he said, but yeah, like that's if you like you said, if you were going to be in public, you know that you were going to have all types of people in this world, whether they're children, whether they're special needs adults, I don't know, anything, right? Like you have to like just
You're choosing to go out to eat. You're choosing to get on the airplane. Like you're
have
making
empathy, have compassion. Like
literally.
everybody's like struggling. Everybody has like their life and
And I
their
promise
shit.
you, like that parent is doing their damn best. Like do you think we want this to happen? No, we are trying our best. And we're just trying to immerse ourselves in society. Like, do you want us to stay home forever with these kids?
Like, no, that's not how this works.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't get me started. But
Anyway, that's my rant. That's my trip.
well, lovely. I'm so glad I got to hear it here first.
Live.
Yes. I got the live version because if you would have told me the swatting before, I would have like my
That's true.
reaction.
That's true.
My reaction was pure.
It was pure.
No, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think today we have time for
The win and fail.
the win and fail.
Well, I'll just say the win was me being so flexible, and the fail was the flight. Like,
Mm-hmm.
not that it was my fault. I'm not saying it's a my
No,
fail.
it's just
Just
like
it was a fail. You know, like you
yeah,
have days that like that was a fail. It was a
mm-hmm.
fail. I think yeah,
Yeah.
my mom and win and fail were clear.
I don't have a clear one, so I'm gonna skip out this
Your
week.
pimply skin is your fail.
Oh my god, bitch!
No, I think you've already said that before.
No, but like you don't have to like bring it up again. It's my
I'm just sorry.
story to
You
tell.
can mention it so many times, but
It's
if I
my
mentioned
story to
it,
tell. My god, you're so intrusive.
I can't with you. Okay,
Well, I think that's our show, dare
that's
I
our
say. Yeah.
yeah. I think so.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for listening. And if you don't already follow us, please follow us at Scrunchy Moms Club Podcast on TikTok, on Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Scrunchy Moms Club Podcast. We are the pink one. Give us a review, give us a like, give us a comment. We
I really
appreciate you
yes.
guys.
I want to like. I want more reviews. I want
Yeah, tell us if we're shit or tell us if we're amazing.
yeah, but
But
like don't tell us that we're shit. Yeah.